Don't be shy. I just wanna talk to you.
Hello everybody. 我個名叫葉海瑩。My name is Rita Yip. 祝大家吉祥如意。Wish everybody happiness and good fortune.
Full name.
My name is Rita Hoi Ying Yip.
Nationality.
Nationality, I was born in Hong Kong, but I moved to New Zealand with my family when I was 5 years old.
Occupation.
Occupation, I'm a university student. I'm studying law and arts, and in my arts I'm majoring in French and Japanese.
I just wanna talk to you.
Рита, а сколько языков ты знаешь?
I would like to say 4. I can speak Cantonese, English, and I study French and Japanese since high school. Yes?
А как тебе это удалось?
I think it's interest. Because I was very passionate about learning languages in high school. I have great teachers who were very enthusiastic about teaching us about the culture and the language, and I just was really, I really enjoyed these classes. And I love traveling as well. And so with that kind of passion for learning about new culture and traveling, I just wanted to study more and more about languages.
Полиглотами, от греческого «поле» – много и «глота» – язык, называют людей, которые владеют 4 и более языками. Самый знаменитый в истории полиглоты – кардинал Джузеппе Каспар Мицофанти, который свободно владел 38 языками и почти 100 диалектами, и лингвист Джон Боринг, который знал 100 языков. Современный полиглот немец Себастьян Гейне в 22 года свободно владеет 35 языками, за что получил титул «Вавилонская башня».
If you have the passion, you would want to learn and want to know about the culture, about the food. You keep asking for it, you know. Whereas if you just want to learn the language to communicate, you lose that connection. You can say lots of things, but you can never get completely comfortable with knowing about the other person. So I think it's the passion. You need the passion. In France, to say hello to everyone, you say bonjour. I chose French and Japanese when I was in high school. It was a subject that we had to learn, and I wanted a language from an Asian country and one from the European country. And I knew very little about France and Japan when I was little, but I just kind of picked and I chose it, and I had lots of fun. I really enjoyed it. And so I continued on from high school all the way to university at the moment, and building more knowledge, more people, and I just really would love to visit these places. I've been to Japan before on an exchange with my high school, but I've never been to France yet. So I would love to visit there one day and see what I learned from the textbook, you know, all the Eiffel Towers, try all the chocolat, yeah. In French, to say thank you, you say merci beaucoup. Learning languages is really fun. Learning about like new vocabulary, I would maybe perhaps stick like a piece of paper on the teapot for what it is in Japanese or in French, and so every time I can see it, I associate it with it, and I make sentences about myself using that new vocab, and so I can associate it with every time I see that word, I can use it in a sentence. It was very difficult, you know, to learn different languages. I get confused all the time, and in high school, my subjects were, my timetable was English, then Japanese, then French. So one after the other, I had to switch the language that I speak in, I use in class. And for a while, I get really confused. For the first 10 minutes, I speak the language that I was in the class before. But then after a while, you get adjusted because it's the people around you. If people who speak French around you, you speak French. If people speak Japanese around you, you speak Japanese. And when you're in Japan, when you say hello to someone, you don't go, hiya! You say, konnichiwa, konnichiwa. I actually met, on my way here, I met a Japanese businessman on the plane. And there I had a conversation with him, telling him why I was going on this trip for 3 months. And it was great, just communicating. And I mean, of course I made several mistakes, but he still understood what I was saying and he corrected me. And it's that kind of connection and that we have just by speaking that language. I mean, I could have told him, I could have spoken English fluently about my feelings, about how I felt on this trip, but he wouldn't have, understood what I was saying. He wouldn't have understand, but using my limited Japanese and his limited, knowledge of English, we were able to build a better connection of and it feels like we know each other a lot longer than just that 10 minutes on the taxi from the airport. So, and now when you want to say thank you to someone, you say, "Arigatou gozaimashita. Arigatou gozaimashita." I think without the environment, you don't really know the language. I think you can say the words, maybe pronounce it, you can understand it, but you don't exactly know it. I think you have to be there to speak properly, with the accent like a local people. Language textbooks, they have set phrases that people memorize. And so every time it's a set response. So maybe, "How are you?" People will definitely respond, "I'm fine, thank you." But I think that's too simple. That doesn't explain anything. I think you need to be there and you have to speak the language of the people. Some examples, so like I said before, people, if you say, "How are you?" they will definitely, immediate response would be, "I'm fine, thank you." But maybe perhaps they're not fine. Maybe another word would be better to describe their feelings. Maybe, "I am great," and or "I'm exhausted." So other words that people would use everyday life instead of the textbook response that everyone would memorize and think they know the language, but to be honest, they don't. Yeah.
Наравне с литературным языком существует и разговорный вариант, для которого характерно употребление жаргонизмов, сленга и другие особенности. Например, вопросительные предложения строятся по типу утвердительных.
You're Tim's friend.
«Ты друг Тима» часто опускаются вспомогательные глаголы в вопросительных предложениях.
Your mother look after this garden.
«Твоя мама следит за садом». Существует множество сокращений.
He's, won't, phone, cause, exam.
Часто употребляется двойное отрицание.
I can't get no benefit.
Я не могу получить никакой выгоды.
I just wanna talk to you.
А правда ли, что языки, которые вы знаете, влияют на вас?
Definitely. English is my native language. I didn't actually learn much, think about the grammar when I say a sentence. But whereas when I learn a foreign language, I had to learn the grammar, the vocab, the structure of the sentence, and that makes me realize about my own language, about English, and how I actually form my sentences. Because usually when I speak, I don't actually think about it. Also, with learning a language, it made me a more interesting and more diverse person, I reckon. It allowed me the opportunity to travel and to see new things, and also meet new foreigners from all over the world. And I think that's great because I love associating with people, socializing, and learning a new language has just opened up my opportunities a lot more. Yeah.
В мире существует около 6000 языков. Однако самыми распространенными являются английский, на нем говорят 1 миллиард и 500 миллионов человек, и китайский, 1 миллиард 300 миллионов человек. На хинди говорят свыше полумиллиарда человек, на испанском чуть меньше 500 миллионов, на русском 260 миллионов.
English it is a very widely spoken, maybe most widely spoken language in the world, and I think it's great. It's like a bridge between countries for people to communicate and to connect. But and I think it's great that lots of people are learning English. But at the same time, I feel that other languages are being neglected. You know, people forget about their own language, about Ukrainian, about Russian, about French, about Japanese. They forget about these minor ones, and everyone just wants to learn English instead. And I think that's a pity because there's other languages are so beautiful and so unique that we should as foreigners learn their language as well. So everyone, I'm going to teach you several Chinese phrases. If you go to Hong Kong, you can say hello to everyone by saying 你好, 你好. But if you go to China and you see someone, you say 你好.
А какой еще язык необходим в современном мире?
In the modern world, I think Chinese is a very important one as well, especially with the growing expansion of China and their economy. I think in the future ahead, perhaps China will be a dominating role in any type of economy, society. It will have a great influence on the world. So I think Chinese will be important, English, and yeah, those two.
Китайский язык один из самых сложных. Общее количество иероглифов превышает 80 тысяч. Однако для чтения газет и журналов достаточно 3000. Каждый иероглиф обозначает слог или отдельную часть слова. Еще одна особенность китайского языка – необычная для европейцев фонетика. Для каждого слога существует 4 варианта произношения, которые изменяют смысл слова.
One advice with learning any language at all, is just to enjoy and have fun. I think if you have fun learning that language, just meeting new people, saying whatever you want, it doesn't matter if you make mistakes. Everyone will make mistakes, even in their native language. It's just giving it a go and using every opportunity to speak that language and have fun with it. I think that's the most important. Like, draw funny pictures to make you remember that vocab. Listen to music that you like. Watch, movies in that language. Just don't make it stressful that you have to learn the language. Think of it as you learn the language for your own interest, to build another world. Because for me, language is like a key. And it opens to a lot of doors. And for me, it has definitely done so. Japanese has opened me to the Asian world, and French has opened me to the European side. So, I think
I just wanna talk to you.
And now, how to say goodbye to everyone. In Russian, пока. To say goodbye in French, you say au revoir. In Mandarin, bye-bye. In Japan, if you say goodbye, you say sayonara. Sayonara. And to your friends, you can say jamatane. Jamatane.
Don't lie to me. Don't be shy. I just wanna talk to you.